And hello everyone. So, bought some tickets despite salary will be only on Friday. So right now I have 10 of them. The first one is actually the old one, so beware about it. And that's number 10. From 2 to number 10, it's a new one. So, which one do you want? Number 2? Number 2. That's 9 left. Number 5? Okay. Let's show. Same time, let's start the game. Let's see. So, was not able to stream for 2 days straight because I was actually working. Hold on. Okay. Nothing. Not a winner. Now it's number 5. Let me check. It's also nothing. So good luck next time. I hope tomorrow. What will actually be tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow is just Thursday. Actually, I saw that it will be Friday, but let's check the sound. Test. The sound is working. Fine. Alright, we can continue now. So, the last episode of this game. I finished approximately like 30%, I believe. Maybe not. This means if I will be playing every single day, I'll finish it on Friday, maybe? What's actually I'm doing here? Don't quite remember. Why is the kick me return back? Ah, because the best was given from it. That was safe. Something inside the safe. So I believe he took the evidence that he actually needs. Right. Let's go ahead and have a look. There's some documents in here. Just a bunch of papers and... Huh? There's a photo here too. It's a picture of... That's Mr. Knightley. That's a flashback. Why is his picture here? And what are all these papers for? I don't know. You'll have to read the documents to find out. All but certain, there's a connection between Knightley and Dogen. Dogen's chess partner, whose identity remains unknown till now. What was this? Mullet? 5 consecutive streams? Thank you. Was actually Knightley all along. That is proof enough. Tomorrow, I shall interrogate him in the warden's office. I'll get him to confess that he is one of Dogen's henchmen. That thing he laid to rest near the flower bed 12 years ago simply must retrieve it. This seems to be a report about Knightley. Not to mention it was apparently written before Knightley was killed. Hello, Monte Carlo. So when you hold your mouse pointer over the chat, it stops scrolling. Hope it will be scrolling now. Horace Knightley was murdered while he was being interrogated in the warden's office. Judging from the contents, this document was probably written by Patricia Roland. Good. Question, however, is who this report was addressed to. The owner of the safest? The conductor, Blaze the West. So this proves that Miss Roland and Blaze are connected. Indeed, however, it's not just the two of them. Blaze the West and Patricia Roland were searching for Dogen's henchman, Sirhan Dogen, that dog-loving assassin. This means that there's a hidden connection between the three of them. What it could be? I don't know, but it must be related to this case. Important Knightley's connection. And Dogen. So she's not... I would say that she's not guilty. Because she killed henchman, not some regular person who supposedly could simply kill her. What who knows? Vincent, he laid to rest in front of the thoroughbred 12 years ago. That's interesting. There's some other stuff in here that I don't know. What? Something on his finger. Another flashback. Obviously a ring. Maybe that chill lower the temperature here. It's kinda hot. No. It's Horace Knightley's, the chessboard, and the ring. All of his possessions are inside this safe. So basically, all of this stuff is evidence from the prison case. Correct. And the knife and chisel that's vanished might be in here too. Let's see. Mr. Knife, Mr. Chisel. They're not in there. I guess this is all just Mr. Knightley's stuff. I see. That's too bad. Hello, son. Horace Knightley is dead. Key flashback. However, the game is not over yet. Unless I can see it through to its end. Hold on. Let me check the size. Actually, it's correct. So was not streaming for 2 days and it's already... These headsets are not convenient enough. But still, every single day, you might not notice it. But 2 days skip and it is. Ring and chessboards. They suggest that I must leave already? Young lady, good sir. Might I interest you in some cotton candy? There's also ice cream. And that is what you prefer? I would prefer ice cream. You! Surely the killer! It's good to see you, well, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you doing in a place like this? As you can see, I am selling cotton candy. Would you care for some heavenly cotton candy? Even sweeter than death. One bite will send you straight to heaven. That's definitely not something I'd want to buy from the killer. The meaning of my message, have you understood it? Flashback. Have you been spying on us this whole time? Spying? Haven't no, or simply watching over you? Well, disguised as a cotton candy salesman. Isn't that the exact same thing? Well, this man's subjective. Were you the one who murders the president? No. The contract with my client is already expired. President Hunt is a bit of a celebrity in the world of assassins, you see? Over the years, many attempts on his life were made, and yet he stubbornly lives on. He's a robust man surrounded by flawless security. He even employs body doubles. It was body double that was killed? Robust, the president? But John seems more up to what? However, it seemed this time the president's security wasn't exactly flawless. Mr. Rokia had only just prevented your previous assassination, but this time I didn't kill him. It's not my principle to kill needlessly. Also grateful to Rokia. Wait a second, needlessly. But without goal, if nobody pays you or something, don't quite understand it. If you assassinate, you actually kill needlessly. Except for money. One the adversary who was connected to me by fate. Thanks to that man, I did not kill a target who had no value to be killed. No, indeed. Thanks to Rocky preventing the assassination. What does he mean? My clan deliberately gave me a false target. It was a betrayal, most foul. I'm now searching for my client. In all likelihood, it is the same person you're looking for. Is he saying that his client murdered the president? Hello, one. Just who is this person you're referring to? I, myself, am not allowed to say. It would be a violation of the rules. I cannot disclose the identity of my clients. For to do so would create a problem of trust with my other clients. This is precisely why I'm personally searching for them myself. Supposed to lose his clients as he failed the assassination. What are you going to do when you find your client? Of course, they shall be rewarded with a punishment most befitting of a traitor. That person? What will happen to them? I'll leave that up to your imagination. Certainly won't be anything pleasant. Oh yes, I will tell you just one more thing. 3 days ago, Churhan Dogen escaped from prison. So, assassin was Dogen? What? Three nights passed. Dogen's solitary cell was found vacant. It was almost as if he knew I would come pay him a visit. Is Dogen's cell? So somebody paid him to kill him? Could be that the person the killer is searching for is... Well then, if you'll excuse me, I must get going. Let us both do our best in tracking down that person. So the killer and Dogen. These two assassins. This sound is... So actually, Chish Courtney's cell phone is ringing. What a ringtone. Could be John? Mr. Archerov, how are you doing? Sounds like they're using a voice changer. Who's this? Someone you've been searching for. The one in the red hood. Nah, red hood? Are you the person who ambushed Key? Brilliant deduction. I'll expect no less from a prosecutor such as yourself. Mr. Archerov, I wanna listen in on this too. Listening on this too. Very well, I'll put it on speaker. Well, I must say that I didn't expect the girl to get amnesia. Here, well, that's supposed to be. But that's not all. you see. I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze the Best to kill Jill Crane. What? This must be the person the killer spoke of. I really should thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. No reason to thank me. You haven't noticed? My, that's troublesome, you know? I wanted you to catch Blaze for me. So I took their little key. But if Key was suspected, I knew he would investigate the keys. And I was sure that the great Miles Edgeworth would be able to catch Blaze. It was all according to my plan. And you know, I get the feeling that you have the wrong idea. So let me clear something up. Blaze the Best wasn't the one who kidnapped Miss Courtney's son. You. Why do you know about the kidnapping? You and Miss Courtney are really quite alike, you know? She even came to visit you in the detention center, got all friendly with you. How could this person know something like that? Courtney was supposed to have visited me using the detective's name. But you're wondering how I knew about the kidnapping, right? I actually can guess right now. He put the listening device somewhere. It's quite simple, really. It's because their little John is in my care right now. What? Seem surprised. If only I could see the look of your faces. Quickly, little king, you have to hurry and steal him back. You wouldn't want to tarnish the Itagara's name on your first job, would you? Even know it's my first job? Why does this person know everything in so much detail? Well, I suppose I can't blame you for your mistake. Since Blaze was after John as well, you see? So, there were two kidnappings. It's such a fool, you know? Kidnapping his own son instead. Is John Davis you? If he is, then I would like to hear his voice. He's here, but I'm afraid I can't do that. You say he's asleep right now. In that case, there's no way for us to know if you really kidnapped John or not. I suppose you don't have to believe me if you don't want to. What's your objective? To get Patricia Roland declared not guilty? And not guilty verdict, huh? Couldn't care less about that. So his objective is different from Blaze. I think I'll keep my objective a secret for now. Well then, I must be going. Hope you enjoy yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. I think you can get away with this. Then come and get me. I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice, but I highly doubt that. What was this bull? Who in the world was that? Yet no, you don't have enough information. Turns totally clueless. Meanwhile, they seem to know everything about us. Know everything about us? King, you're right. Thinking about it, it is strange. How does the culprit know so much about us? It's weird. I mean, they even know about the kidnapping. Must figure out how the culprit was able to obtain that information. I must recall. What exactly did that person know? That's a flashback. I just listened to it, actually read it. Just now. Why are we reading this? Are we stupid or what? That's it. By analyzing our conversation with the culprit. Figured it out, Key. I know the source of this person's information. What? Really? In all likelihood, this person probably taken photos, been telling, spun the buck on us, of course. Obvious. I believe it is highly likely that we have been bugged. bugged? If you recall what that person said. Why is he getting flashbacks? If they couldn't see our faces, that means they weren't taking our pictures or following us. And they must planted a bug somewhere. Could it be in my stuff? Was there anything that they could have had a chance to bug? There must be a hint somewhere in our conversation just now. That's right. When the person knew something they shouldn't have. Conversation between Judge Courtney and myself in the visitor's room. Oh, another flashback. The heck they put in so much. And thank you also for 5 consecutive streams. The only evidence I had with me at that time was... Where was spot planted? Obviously here. Okay, may I see your badge? May I digress his badge? No way. Why not? Mr. Edgeworth, just because you became a great thief's assistant doesn't mean you're ready to wear this badge yet. That's not it. It's very likely that a bug was planted in it. What? In my badge? Let's take a closer look. Where exactly? I've been wondering about this for some time now. Did you inherit that badge from your predecessor too? No, there wasn't one, so I made my own. Not so. It's rather conspicuous. I think you're just about the only thief who'd ever want to wear something like that. Hey, stop making fun of me! And this is... It seems I was right. How did you know? The person had been in contact with you, even when I was knocked unconscious. Yes, that's why I thought one of your possessions might have been bugged. However, that person also overheard my conversation with Judge Courtney. Even though that conversation took place in the visitor's room, it's just the two of us. So you were holding onto it at that time. Exactly. All the other evidence had been taken away from me. Only the Yatagrasa's badge remained with me. So this creep's been listening in on us the whole time. And right now as well. Indeed, that must be how they knew about all the information they collected. And mean, they also listen in on this conversation? Most likely. Hey, Buster! Hey! Eavesdropping is for cowards. Why don't you come out here and find us fair and square? Huh? What was that sound just now? Huh? That's... Nico? Honestly, you scared the Jesus out of me. Your voice was so loud there. Little missing. I was so surprised I down fell flat on my behind. I'm sorry. What were you getting so riled up for? You got a hair on this? It really grinds my gears. Yes. Okay, please just leave it at that. Unless you want to make tomorrow morning's headlines. That was close. Shucks. Don't be such a stick in the mud. What's wrong with letting go open your heart and spill the beans? Now turn the back off. So, did you find the kidnappers? Monsieur, of the boy you saw being kidnapped? This boy in the photo? No, they aren't nothing alike. Had a more stupid looking face and was wearing a colored school uniform. I thought so. Yet again, you were led astray by this woman's testimony. We'll have to conduct our investigation all over again. So, we're back where we started. Are there any new leads? Well, they don't need to wait till 2 PM because Kidnapper said that he doesn't care about the verdict. There's only 20 minutes left until 2 o'clock. Will we be able to make it in time? But you don't need to be in time! Mr. Edgeworth, about that phone call just now. Isn't there a strange sound at the end? Strange sound? It was what, this dumb? How they call it? It was on the map. Ah, map is not here. In this flashback, I do remember about this sound. I don't need a flashback about this. Now that you mention it, sounds like an explosion. Might be a hint to establish the culprit's whereabouts. I see. The sound of an explosion, huh? I would appreciate it if you stopped eavesdropping on us. Mr. Prosecutor, you're as stingy as ever. First, let's see what she has to say. A waste center. For sure, I'm sure about. It was exactly in this location, one of them. Oh, my hard works help move the case forward. I reckon it's all in a good day's work. I'm not so sure about that. You've been chasing after an entirely different person. Indeed, since she did not properly examine the photo earlier. But now, was my info really all that bad? No, some of the blame also falls on us for relying on a dubious information source. It's time for us to regroup and start over. Do you hold on a second? If you think I'm staying quiet after being called a dubious source, you got another things coming. Fine then, guess I'll just have to tell you about the scoop I've been saving. And saving? A scoop? Although I am not expecting much. Let's hear it. What's this scoop of yours? It's Mozilla. I have this decisive evidence that the mighty Mozilla exists. Okay, let's go, okay? Hold up. I mean serious. You might not believe it, but it's true. I don't have much time, but I guess there's no other way. Won't the decisive evidence of yours be something you recorded on that tape recorder? That's Mr. Edgeworth, Paya. You're good at figuring things out, aren't you? It's the sound of Mozilla spewing out fire. This place nearly became a sea of flames. If you say so. Don't make that face. If you think I'm lying, then have a listen for yourself. Right in? Here comes the flame. How about that? It's hard to tell over you're shouting. But if you say so, again, they could be flames. Except, did you truly witness these so-called flames? Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't really see it with my own two eyes. On account of, I wasn't actually there that time. Still, I had a beard. When you have noticed no matter where you were. Well, I was a ways off and was using a slightly unusual recording method, so... Could you explain to me this recording method in more detail? Guess I just dug my own grave. Truth is, I was aiming for a scope, so I did miss some wiretapping. Wireless wire? Wait a minute. Where's Forte? If there's no wires, how do you tap them? Okay, please don't concern yourself with the semantics. She was simply intercepting wireless communications and listening in without permission. Spending the last few days scooping out the Grand Tower with my mentor. So you were instigating the black market's auctions? In that case, you naturally would have tipped the immediate area surrounding the Grand Tower. I betcha, but right then and there I heard an ear-shattering roar. When a Mozilla appears, my heart is pounding. Feel him drawing near. So everything except the sound, just your own personal impression, right? In the end, it seemed that you didn't actually see anything. Well, I reckon writing's more my thing. Anyways, as I continued turning into the situation, now Miski or that almost shatters my eardrums. I see the flashbacks that happened second ago. I see, received. While you were eavesdropping, you were surprised by Kei's voice and fell over. In other words, you did not hear her voice directly. Heard it via the radio waves emitted by the back, did you not? What? And does that mean the one who planted the bike on me was? I was just eavesdropping, and I was too bugging nobody. Except, do you mind if we borrow that tape for a while? Just do it, you please already. Mr. Edger? Don't quite understand. It's your case, Miss Berry. Did you find him? Not yet. Just where could John be? John? Oh, no, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. I don't know anything about the kidnapping. Then Sebastian. Found him not too long ago. Really? That's great. Thank you so much. Now I won't be arrested again. As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, how did you find him? Naturally, it was all thanks to his powers of logic and reasoning. Actually, it was just a coincidence. At any rate, I'm glad you were able to find him so quickly. Why that? The truth is, our circus show is about to start soon, so I don't think we would be able to help out at the search much longer. Sorry to pardon you with this, when you also needed to prepare for your performance. No, it's okay, please don't worry about it. So, I also didn't want to get arrested again. So relieved you were able to find him, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, but the warden still hasn't been declared guilty yet. What? So you're saying there's still a chance I might be arrested? No way. Hey, please don't tease him. I guess he won't any help at all, maybe? Don't be silly, of course you helped, really, thanks a lot. Where were you guys searching, Simon? It was a bit far off, but he searched around the Sunshine Coliseum. Sunshine Coliseum? So they were by the shore. There were a lot of people at this that went there, so I thought he might go as well. And I went. Sounds like fun. To the festival I will go to. It's from the 4th Esoteric game. It was a lot of fun. There were food stands, fireworks, and much more. Some got worn out by all the people in the crowds pretty quickly though. Didn't have to tell them that. It's all. Once you wrap up this case, let's all go there. Fireworks. So what we heard was a firework? Can I already connect it? Mr. Hayes, didn't you say that there were fireworks at the Coliseum earlier? What about them? Were those fireworks set off during the day? Yeah, even just while we were there, a bunch of them were set off. Was it, Mr. Edgeworth? That explosion sound we heard at the end of the kidnapper's phone call. So it was then not a waste center. I was wrong. Could very well have been the fireworks. Flashback! You kidding me? And they already showed exactly this flashback. For the sound to have been picked up by the phone, it must have been fairly loud. Holy shit. So many flashbacks. So that means the culprit was near the Coliseum. Even so, I bet the fireworks could be heard in lots of places around the Coliseum. Indeed, it would be impossible for us to search the entire area by ourselves. Only we could have the police lend us a hand. Sound of fireworks means kidnappers. Kidnapper is near the Coliseum. Looks like nothing. But Damien, why are you running away? Detective Gumption? When Mr. Ashram gave up his prosecutor's badge, I just didn't know what to do. Flashback. And then I began to think. Mr. Ashworth isn't a prosecutor anymore. Does that mean I am no longer a detective? But that's not true. Even without Mr. Ashworth, I'm still detective, and investigating is my job. Detectives don't investigate just for the sake of prosecutor's power. That's why, even if I am on my own, I won't stop investigating. So be investigating by yourself? Then perhaps at that time. And another flashback! So, Jill Crane's autopsy report. I went to the detention center to see how Kay was doing. That's when I heard. Another flashback he heard. Holy shit. You heard that conversation? That's right, and that's why I looked all the evidence against myself, sir. Come in, that's amazing! So it was you who saved me. Hey, really glad you got your memories back. Thank you. Do you get it now? I can investigate on my own. Come in, don't run away! Already proven that you can investigate on your own. After all, you saved me. Detective, I need your help. Currently, I am not a prosecutor, nor am I much of anything else, and so I'll pursue this case. I ask you not as a prosecutor, but as a friend. And Gamshaw, will you help us? Please cut it out, sir. Damien? Okay, I get it, Paul. Can't bear to see Mr. Ashworth bowing his head to me like this. Come here. Thank you, detective. What do you want me to do, sir? Detective Gumshoe, please tell me what you found in the investigation so far. Roger, leave it to me, sir. I have 3 things to report. First up is about Kay's clothes that were sent to the crime club. This is of an extremely powerful sleeping drug called Sleepy ZZZ. The quill it was? They found on them. So that means after Kay was drugged at Guard Lake, she was brought to the roof of the Grand Tower. That's right, sir. Now for item number 2. The footage from the security camera at the Grand Tower's elevator. The footage that captured President Hank and Judge Courtney going up to the roof. The elevator is generally the only way to get to the rooftop, and if the elevator was used, the person who used it would be caught on camera. And why is here I read this flashback? Exactly, in other words, if you look over the footage from a couple of days ago, you should be able to see an unconscious Kay being carried up to the roof. I mean, does that mean you... I checked out all the footage from before the incident 2 days ago on fast forward. I see, and the result? Well, actually, nothing came up, sir. He never showed up on the tape at all. It was unexpected. Guess it won't be so easy. How was Kay brought up to the roof of the tower? I should take a moment to carefully consider the possibilities. Well then, let's hear your thoughts and final report. Yes, sir. Last but not least, the most important thing to report. I'm so happy to be able to investigate with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm going to give it my all to arrest the culprit. That is all, sir. I apologize for putting you thought so much that you can should have. And was your most important report? Had nothing to do with the case at all. I preferred something that's actually useful. It's a restless attitude. The Mr. Edgeworth, I know, sir. A young boy has been kidnapped. I want you to help us search for him. Kidnapped, sir? Victim is a boy by the name of John Marsh. That kid with the horns. Yes, do you know about him? I saw that one boy myself, sir. What, this morning? That's right, he came out of the trailer out there and then walked towards the garbage pickup area. The garbage pickup area? So far it's a waste center. It's right on the depot. That's where all the trash from the Grand Tower's offices is collected. Don't know what happened after that, since I left the place around then. Since you must investigate the garbage pickup area. Let's go. We say John headed towards the garbage pickup area. Indeed, there might be some traces of him left behind. His milk? This milk carton is... it's the one John was drinking out of. No mistake, something must have happened to John here. The garbage pickup time is at 11 AM, so that's why there's no trash. The stash on the right. I looked here earlier, the place was overflowing with garbage, so... looks like today in the day when bulk waste is collected during the garbage pickup. Already were a lot of bulky items placed here. Well, the garbage truck's compactor can crush any kind of garbage to dust. No, it seems in the case of bulk waste, it's transported as is, without being crushed. Huh. Why do you know about how bulk waste is disposed of, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe Mr. Shields, in order to accomplish his Mr. Edgeworth acquisition plan? Send him something like a moving process instructional brochure? At times when used so sharp, it's scary, although they're few and far between. Combined with Detective Gumshoe's testimony, the chances are high that John was attacked at the garbage pickup area. If it was here, there wouldn't be many witnesses. But why would John have come to a place like this? It would be natural to think that he came here to throw something away. No way of knowing, since the garbage truck has already collected everything. Why the heck can I connect this? And it's supposed to be this. Oh, these two, maybe? Not. Come on. The only vehicles that came through the plaza this morning were the taxi and a blue truck. Mr. The Best was kidnapped in the taxi. Yes, meanwhile, John was attacked in the garbage pickup area. And the garbage was collected from there at 11 AM. Good, sir. The blue truck was actually... That's right! The blue truck that came through the plaza was a garbage truck. However, be that as it may, the officer who gave us this information made no mention that the blue truck was a garbage truck. About careless. How could someone mistake a garbage truck for a normal truck? That's not it, Kay. Today was the day for the collection of bulk waste. Expected was a standard truck without a trash compactor that came by to collect the trash. John was taken away by this garbage truck. And where do garbage trucks go? To the dump? Of course. Hold up. The culprit was disguised as a garbage collector, right? Then the truck was probably a fake too. How do we know they really went to the dump? No, the garbage truck should have been real. Why that? Wise. That will be made clear if you simply take a look at the garbage pickup area. This shop that the garbage truck John was kidnapped in was real.
Take that!
Good luck. The garbage pickup area is locked. Only a real garbage collector could have unlocked it to collect the trash. I don't quite understand why do we need to lock something if it's for garbage. Precisely. We should assume that a genuine garbage truck was used. Well, in Japan looks like. For example, the kidnapper could have put John into a large cardboard box. And the box was mixed in with the rest of the bulk waste. The garbage collector would have carried John away without even knowing it. Except the culprit would then lie in wait at the garbage dump. And if they say they threw it away by mistake, the box would return to them. Any garbage dumps nearby. It's actually mandatory if you fail to return. She'll raise a case in court, of course. Let's see, now there's two of them. So which garbage? The right one, of course. Maybe a hint in any of the information I hold? Obviously. Based on the explosion sound we heard from the kidnapper's phone, we know that John is being confined someplace in the vicinity of the Coliseum. While the garbage dumps is right next to the Coliseum. So it will be something related to the harbor, but okay. John was almost certainly taken there. In which case, the place he is being confined to must also be somewhere close by. Little Gumshoe? Yes, sir. could I ask you to search the area around this garbage bomb? You don't have to ask me, like a stranger so. Feels so distant. Please just order me around like you normally do. Hey, sure, detective. Right now, I'm not a prosecutor. Can I tell you, sir? Detectives don't just investigate for the sake of prosecutors. Have my thanks, detective. No. That was kinda surprising. Just one mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, look, it's almost time. Yes, it would be best if you hurry. They should also be at their limit. But you don't need to make your found not guilty right now. And I'm sure I'm counting on you. Guilty, mister. This may be an official investigation, but I'll call in all of my pals from the station to help. I'll have to. Still, John Beck is my job after all. I'll be returning to the courtroom. I might be able to draw out some more time. Okay, well then, in the depth of night? The clock just struck 2. Have to hurry. Yes, sir. My introduction. No other bird dares to take flight. Oh, well, it isn't for Prosecutor Edgeworth. He's the best. Witness, face forward. You're not done talking yet. Like I said, you see, why exactly would I have needed to help that person out, you know? You know, it's a crying shame. And a beautiful woman declared guilty, honestly, brings tears to my eyes. But you see, there's no reason for me to go out of my way to hide evidence just to save him. Yeah, well, we still have the testimony of your son, Prosecutor the Best. He testified that he handed the evidence over to you. Well, I haven't the slightest clue what he was talking about. Simply can't imagine why Sebastian would have said something like that, you know? What if there is evidence that shows your connection with Warden Roland? And just what do you think you're doing, former Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was under the impression that you were no longer in any position to stand in court. Edgeworth, how dare you barge into my prosecutor's bench? Francisca, I'm sorry. I need you to lend me the bench for a little while. What are you saying? Judge Courtney, I brought vital evidence related to this case. Your Honor, please allow me to testify. Should never allow it.
Objection.
However, Uncle Ray also asked that he be allowed to testify. There are no objections from the prosecution, is that right? Understood. The prosecution also has no objections.
Objection.
There's no way you can allow something like this, you know? Such high-ended methods! High what? Surely are enough to warrant being held in contempt of court. What do you say, Courtney? As long as John is still in danger, Judge Courtney cannot rule against the warden. He must convey to Hugh somehow that the search for his son is progressing. Judge Courtney, I know that you have faith in me and my assistant. Now that you mention it, where exactly is she? She is currently out, searching for the most important piece of evidence.
Objection.
It's a waste of time, there's no such evidence. Are you stolen from them? How disgraceful.
Objection.
Most important piece of evidence, huh? Courtney boy, I don't really know what that evidence is, but I think we should have faith in her. After all, even if she may not look like it, she's still the great thief at the Grassel. Somehow it seems that Mr. Shields understands. Judge Courtney, you already determined the general location of that evidence. It's only a matter of time before she steals the evidence back. I understand. Then I shall give you special permission to testify. Thank you, Your Honor. It's ridiculous. This vital evidence that you have found, please present it to the court. Place the West and Patricia Roland are somehow connected. Allow me to present the evidence that proves it. The report? Should be. This document contains a detailed report regarding the interrogation of a certain man. That man being the late Horace Knightley. The one who interrogated him was the defendant in this trial, Patricia Roland. So that means it was the interrogation where... That's right. Patricia Roland murdered Knightley in that aftermath of the interrogation. And that's why the interrogation has been recorded in this written report. That definitely sounds like vital evidence. Well, Sachel, just now you referred to that document as a written report. Now, just who in the world was that report written for? But you might ask that, Francisco. And that's precisely what is most important about this report. We found this document inside the safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower. The 51st floor. The storeroom for the black market auction. Indeed, and the conductor of the auction was you, bless the best. You received a report about the victim from Warden Roland. In the face of this evidence, can you still say you have no connection to this case? In regards to that, I refuse to answer. What? It has yet to be proven in court that I was the conductor of the black market auction. Have you already forgotten the events of this morning? I believe I had already proved it back then, did I not? I will not deny that I was bested by you, however, that was at the crime scene. Who knows if the results will be the same in court? An acquittal is still possible, you see? Until it's been proven in court that I am the conductor of the black market auctions. Can prove that document was addressed to me. Logic is twisted. That's not very nice, you know. My logic isn't twisted, is it, Courtney? Don't you feel the same way? That's quite unlike you to allow former prosecutor Edgeworth's statement just now, you know? It silenced me, you see? That you would fail to uphold the law as a judge should. In fact, I'm so upset by this, I have no other choice but to use my last resort, you know? What is this? It's as you say. Something that has not been proven in court does not merit any deliberation. Have to overrule Mr. Edgeworth's claim. As I thought, until John has been rescued. You see, the truth at the scene and the truth in the courtroom are two very different things. So you saying the truth can be destroyed in court, as long as it's for your sake? What a horrible thing to say. I'm not distorting the truth or anything like that, you know? A not guilty verdict is handed down, and then becomes the truth. That's all it is, you see? It's useless. There's nothing we can do unless the missing evidence turns up. Now then, Courtney, why don't you deliver a not guilty verdict and let's get this over with? After all, that evidence isn't gonna show up anytime soon, you know? Who raised an objection just now? Oops. Sebastian. Why did you come back here, now of all times? Sebastian, what's the meaning of this? Just where were you and what have you been doing since you abandoned your own trial? I'm sorry, I was... Such an act is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You should be ashamed. Well... Sebastian, you still don't get it, you know? This court has no place for a sniveling child such as yourself. Pops, I've come to present new evidence, Your Honor. So, please, let me take my place back at the prosecutor's bench. Sebastian, didn't think he would come back.
Objection.
What's all this now, Sebastian? You don't seem at all like your normal self. Come now, what's the matter? You want Daddy to play with you? That's it? Well then, why don't we just head on back home? To the witness stand. What's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf. Your Honor, the prosecutor officially in charge of this case has just arrived with new evidence. The trial is still in session. In light of this, shouldn't we continue with the proceedings? Naturally, the defense has no objections, Your Honor. I'm sure the defense attorney originally in charge would say the same. The prosecution has no objections either, Your Honor. Continue with the proceedings? It won't be necessary. Isn't that right, Courtney? I still believe that he was the one who kidnapped John. As long as John still hasn't been found, Judge Courtney will remain bound by Blaze. Nothing else will change that. That son is... your cell phone. My phone as well. Uncle Ray's phone is also. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Schultz. We found John, sir. You rescued John. Excellent, Detective. It was the most important piece of evidence, right? Way to go, Kay. I wanted to spread the word quickly, so I had everyone call. Judge Courtney, it's for you. Yes, I see. I'm so glad you're safe. Make sure you properly thank everyone, okay? Be careful and come home safe. Let us resume the proceedings. Now that I may once again swing my gavel to my heart's content. You kidding, right? This is just a sad joke, you know? Witness, this is no joke. Please return to the stand. Prosecutor the best as well. Promptly return to your seat at the prosecutor's bench. Yes, Your Honor. Sebastian the best. Yes, Miss Von Karma. I leave the rest to you. Going up against your own father. It won't be easy. Shall observe how things pan out from the gallery. Now then, allow me to ask once more. In the prosecution ready? Prosecutor on the best. What is this new evidence you wish to present? The missing knife and chisel, Your Honor. You mean they finally been found? Pretty good and the best. In this too. The knife and chisel. I wasn't able to find them. Search and search, I really did, but it was already too late. Too late? What do you mean? I remembered. This morning when I passed by Pops in the garage at home, he was holding something wrapped in a newspaper. Where are you going? Well, this is true flashback because it had never happened in the game. Sebastian, just taking out some trash. At that moment I heard it. The faint sound of a bell. Could that sound have been, by any chance, the bell attached to Dogen's chisel? In other words, you're saying that the witness threw away the evidence? I searched for it, but didn't make it in time. I'm sorry. Where exactly did you search for it? The garbage dump. I went to the garbage dump and searched everywhere. Thought the evidence Pops threw away had to be there. And this flashback, it's bullshit. So that time he had gone to the garbage dump. But this was all I could find. This is... smells rather peculiar. Now that you mention it, there's kind of funky smell coming from you as well. What do you expect? I was digging through garbage. And what about the knife? I think it's buried somewhere in that giant mountain of trash. But I couldn't find it by myself. You understand? Shall accept this into evidence. Well done, Sebastian. You know I betray my expectation, you know? Search so desperately through the garbage and that's all you have to show for it? Not a tear jerker. I'm tearing upward.
Objection.
It's a bit too early for tears, don't you think? Haven't examined the evidence properly yet. And just a pointless waste of time, you know? I'm counting on you, Sebastian. Well, show him that the truth can be exposed in court and take him down. Mr. Schultz is picking us up. Now all we need is a breakthrough. But to get on the best, let's take a closer look at the evidence. Right. What the heck is this? Let's have a look inside. Be great if we could find some kind of proof. This is the bell that was attached to Dogen's chisel. Are there any traces left behind on it? It's no good. There's not even a single smudge on it. What do you find, President on the best? Did you even find anything? Turn it. Of course, you'll find nothing. Something like that can be called evidence, you know? All this is trash. It may be sad, but that's the truth, you see? Sebastian's efforts, all for naught. In the end, this bell does not seem to be valid evidence. However, Searchworth, really giving up? Colin is always Edgeworth. Quite unlike Sebastian here. Well then, the prosecution finished with its argument. Justin, not yet. We're not through yet. There's still something we haven't examined. We're still not giving up. Struggling in vain's not cute at all, you know? Since Sebastian hasn't given up yet either. I was just thinking the exact same thing. The last item remaining. Is it trash or is it evidence? If you don't examine it, you'll never find out. The item I'm thinking of is... Name the bell, the newspaper. We're still not done examining the newspaper that the bell was wrapped in. think that Sebastian has the same idea as I do. It's just wonderful, you know? So wonderful. It's to cry for. Isn't desperation or simply reckless abandon? Are you really going to pin all your hopes on a worthless scrap of newspaper? Don't know for sure whether or not it's worthless till we examine it, will we? Sebastian, let's examine it posthumously. Oh, wonderful. Here there's a handprint, glove print. Something greasy on here too. Is it oil? Judge Cartier, I'd like to request a fingerprint analysis in this paper. Can you please summon someone from forensics? Request is accepted. Contact the lab at once. Important, these are definitely fingerprints. Really? However, it's from a glove. What? Didn't I tell you it's nothing but a worthless scrap of paper? Just think about it, you know? When handling important evidence. What kind of idiots wouldn't use gloves? Gloves. Let me check something really quick. This. That. Alright. Done. Oh, no, not. Yes. Oh wait, won't that be you? The idiot who doesn't know when to give up. That's pretty harsh. Talking to your son like that. What's wrong with Colin? An idiot. If you want to be the best, you have to be heartless. Have no compassion for worthless individuals, not even my own son. Who allowed him to use this week again, especially that it's supposed to be burned? Upside. You know, you always called yourself a genius prosecutor, haven't you? And explained to you this morning why you were a genius up until now? That's right. It was all because of me, because of my authority. You are always being protected by people like Courtney. And me. Now get that stinking face of yours out of my sight. Stinking? You know, now that I think about it, that stench might just suit you perfectly. Just keep it away from my nose, or my eyes will start watering. Wrong. You're wrong, Pops. Sebastian? What are you talking about? You're the one who stinks, Pops. It's you, not me. What? You haven't noticed, have you? You smell, Pops. So much that you can't even hide it. Mr. Hedgehog, try smelling the handprint of the newspaper. The smell? It smells like oil. I know something that smells just like that. I don't think of it back then. Back to another flashback. That's right, the smell proves it. Proves that the culprit who hid the evidence was. It's no good. I guess I can become the best of Tom. And soft, I could never be so heartless. I just can't bring down my father with my own hands. He's not the best. Summon your courage. Become a different prosecutor from your father. Well, that's what you decided. You're prosecutors, and as prosecutors we stand in the courtroom. In that case, isn't it our duty to shed light on the truth? Exposing crimes and bringing criminals to justice, even if the criminal is your own father, is your duty as a prosecutor. Didn't I promise you that if you have the courage to stand up, I will show you the way. And if you cannot do it alone, then we shall do it together. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to present the evidence that connects this handprint with my father. Now we are playing as the best. Can't believe this. That is the smell of motor oil, the kind used for maintaining motorcycles. Both myself and Mr. Edgeworth have smelled this exact same smell before. Bless the best, it was in your garage. And when you say these fingerprints have a rather peculiar shape, the 5 letters that spell out death is exactly the same as your own gloves.
Objection.
You can buy gloves like that from anywhere. From what? Didn't find them on Amazon. Proves it doesn't prove a thing. And that's really the case. It's not the only thing that these two pieces of evidence have in common, not? The fingerprints on the newspaper that was used to wrap up the bell. And these mechanics gloves. This is the unmistakable similarity they both share. What? I don't know, let's show this. I'm wrong. Okay, so what's unmistakable? Where's piece of paper? Why is the heck disappeared? Never had it. I don't know what to show here. D, E, A, and so what? Let's look close at the fingerprints. It's not fully printed, so. Yes, now I notice. This A. If you examine the imprint left by the letter A, so it's not print, it's imprint, you'll see it's unmistakably from this glove. What? And that's not all. There's one more item. You have notifications again. Who the heck is this? Now it's Orange Cat. No. Wonderful, isn't it? Why on the internet Orange Cat's behavior is different from other cats, I actually don't know, because I saw tons of cats. Orange as well, and they're all the same to me. And that's not all. There's one more item you must take note of, namely these dirt stains. Suggest we do a comparative analysis of the dirt stains from the newspaper and the glove, and the contents match up, that will prove to be decisive evidence. Bellev, please have this dirt sample sent to forensics for analysis immediately. Sure, Sebastian, all the prosecutors. Do you have any idea who I am? Oops, you can't run away anymore. It's been proven in court that you concealed the evidence, and that you tried to cover for the defendant. Saying that I am guilty? That I'll be sent to prison? Me, Blaze the West! Couple of snot-nosed punks are gonna make me disappear? Must be some mistake. Bevan, admit your crimes.
Objection.
Really think you can survive if I'm not around? I'll be fine now. Thought I wanted to become the best prosecutor so I could get your approval, Pops. But when I was kidnapped by your man and stuck in that dark room, started thinking, I am truly powerless and desperate, and averted my eyes from the truth, but at that moment, Mr. Ashworth stepped in and showed me the way. And now, I'm no longer just a child, chasing after it's auto-progressing, I don't know. I become capable, can find evidence all on my own now. Man kidnapped you? Why were you? Bobs, I'll show you the truth you never knew. Through this trial. Sebastian, how dare you speak to me like that? Should just stay as an idiot son. You may have hated me till the very end, Pops. But I've always looked up to you. Thank you for everything up until now. And goodbye. You, since when did you... How you've ever been able to do this auto-progression? It has been established that the evidence was concealed by Blaze the West himself. Judgment regarding his concealment of evidence shall be delivered at a separate trial. The missing chisel and knife still have yet to be found. However, once a search of the waste disposal site is underway, they will surely be discovered. The knife will be found? What will happen to me if it's found? No need to worry. You'll simply receive the punishment you deserve for your crime. Punishment? For me? What in the world are you doing? You! All your boasting about being able to create your own proof and not guilty verdict. That's why I contacted you immediately after the prison incident in the first place. And to make matters worse, you even kidnapped the wrong kid. Just can't believe this. Really are completely useless. That was suddenly a violent outburst. But you heard her, Prosecutor on the West. Yeah, she got flustered and said a bunch of important stuff. Right? I mean that. That's correct. He still doesn't seem very sure of himself. Very well, and with that, this court is adjourned.
Not so fast.
What? Who are you? Judge Courtney, it's still too early for a happy ending. Nancy says the end of the trial is not always the end of the case. And who might you be? The name's Shilong Man. I am just a humble, lone investigator. Do you have some objection with this trial? Not a chance. Venom here and there has a heart as black as moonless night. Blank? Tell me you're the one from 12 years ago. You got it? On this night. Now you're finally going to prison, where you belong. 12 years is a long time kind for a suspended sentence. Don't you agree? Jinlang, what are you talking about? The SS5 incident from 12 years ago. It's a case I'll never forget. 12 years ago. That's a flashback. He and my father were close friends, and all clown protecting the president's life. I do remember this. Right? Might it have something to do with Lang's father and President Hank? Patricia Roland, and you, Blaze the Best. Back then, the two of you killed all the Lang clan. Were you involved in the incident 12 years ago? That's right, I was. However, I'm not here to chase after ghosts of the past. I'm here for you, Jason Courtney. Me? You and one other. John. Escort him. You come in alone too. As a suspect in the murder of the president of Zhenfa, Li Junhan. Agent Lang, what evidence do you have? Settle down, Mr. Prosecutor. The investigation has only just begun. We are going to inspect the crime scene with the suspects in attendance. Agent Lang, to get his hands on some new pieces of evidence? If you have any objections, then you can tag along as well. I shall do just that. The end of the trial is not always the end of the case. So many mysteries, yet unsolved, surround the murder of the president. Namely, the true nature of the giant monster and another flashback. Why the heck they put so many? The true identity of a person on the other end of the phone. The beginning finally ended? Could you please give it a rest already? The heck, I'm telling you, it's best for your sake to come clean. Stop this, their lips sealed, shut as the reporters continue their finished negotiations. If you're not here to cooperate with the investigation, I must ask you to vacate the premises. Put a sock in it, Copper. You couldn't even stop Mozilla's invasion. Not only did they secretly raise a giant monster, but now the staff is trying to cover it up. You said we haven't been raising any monsters here at the film vault. But aren't you said you don't so guard yourself? Sure, I saw it, but it's not like we were keeping it at the film lot. Mind if we butt in? Mr. John. And John? You come here to search for the monster too? You're searching for a criminal, not a monster. Fancy says. The darkness inside the criminal's heart can be likened to a monster. Well, when it comes to killing people, criminals aren't much different from monsters. Monsters killing people? Why? Agent Lang, there's a problem. Can't let outsiders enter the crime scene. These are all key figures in the case. I'd like them to be here when the investigation resumes. Agent Lang, regarding what you said about resuming the investigation, where do you intend to start? We'll start by reviewing the case. Today, the body of President Hank was found here at the film lot. The president's whereabouts from the 2 nights ago are still unknown, since he snuck out from under the eyes of his bodyguards and ventured outside. And that night was the last time he was seen alive. It was when he met with you, Gyakuten, on the roof of the Grand Tower. Why the heck Milk is sweating? So why did you meet with the president? That I cannot say. Can you tell us, even under suspicion of murder? Can't say? Why not? Scorpion. Hello, pal. If you don't say anything, you'll only be more suspicious. She must have a reason to come up. I think you're somehow involved in the president's assassination. The president's body was only discovered today, and still leaves a blank of 1 whole day after Judge Courtney met with him and accounted for. Don't be so impatient. You're gonna fill in that blank right here, right now. The inner of that blank day in question is what important. What happened here last night? So why don't you tell us? John Marsh. Me? You know you were here last night. What? John was here? Between that little Mrs. testimony and the footprints we found can easily prove it. John, you were rehearsing here last night, right? You were spying on me? I'm sorry, I just came to check up on things. Really shouldn't be staying up so late, you know? Mind your own business. Tanash, that young lady was worried about you. You will not speak to her like that. Sorry. How many times have I told you to be more mindful of the way you speak? It's just me, or does Miss Courtney's personality seem kind of different? Seems to be as strict and pure all sound as she is with those who violate the law. And listen to me, and earlier as well. You should always bear that in mind, no matter the occasion. Can you get on with the investigation already? Pardon me? For Judge Courtney to get carried away like that, this must be her motherly side. John Lang, do you suspect John? All I want is the truth. Why was the president killed? And I want to know who killed him. I'll do whatever it takes to find out. Since the president was like family to him. John, would it be alright if we ask you a few questions? Sure, that's fine. Got nothing to hide anyway. Looks like he has. I wasn't feeling too great during yesterday's shoot, so I made a few bloopers. They shouldn't understand today, so, well, I decided to rehearse a little on my own, that's all. Do it all the time. It wasn't anything out of the ordinary, except some garden. So the last statement. You were rehearsing alone? That late at night? John, when I called you last night, you told me you were at the hotel. Told him? But what time was that? Maybe it was around 11 PM. Require him to call me every night. It's all whenever he stays away from home. I was at his age, 11 PM, I was already sleeping. Starting from 9 PM. The truth is, I was at the film lot during the time. So you lied to me. I'm sorry. Miss Courtney, she is angry. think it's admirable that he practiced on his own even if he hid it from his mom. Sure, she was simply worried. Who knows what could have happened to him, out alone so late at night. And in reality, he did get caught up in yesterday's incident. But John said there wasn't anything out of the ordinary, right? It's really the truth? Why are you hitting me where she's supposed to press? It's kinda obvious where. Maybe I must show it immediately. No, I'll press it. There are no mistakes in the testimony, correct? Because there's no mistakes. It was just as normal. Peaceful night. Nothing out of the ordinary happened at all. Peaceful night? How can you say that when an incident like this has occurred? He's still a child. Just don't get seriously angry. So this was nothing out of the ordinary? Doesn't know anything at all about the incident. That's the impression I'm getting. But isn't there evidence that shows something did happen last night? Yes. We don't have time to waste dealing with a child's lies. Let's present the contradiction. Which one was this? Wait a second, where's guarding? I kinda don't know what to show, but let's show the video first.
Objection!
There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. That's a lie, isn't it? We have evidence right here. Couldn't that be... That's right. In the video recorded of your performance. What? You're telling me you have video from last night? Exactly, and in this video there's clearly something that is out of the ordinary. This is monster's footprint. You say that monster's footprints are commonplace on a film set? John, why did you conceal this video from us? No reason, really. Hey, well, this is no joking matter. Had a reason to hide it, right? Jonash, answer him clearly. But Mom... Well? I didn't want anyone to see me rehearsing. In other words, you embarrassed about all this seeing your practice. Yeah, got a problem with that? You're saying that's why you hid the evidence? John. Yep, quite nagging me. You already busted me. What more do you want? Yeah, the footprints were there, but I just practiced and headed home. How come you're so calm? How come you're so calm? After finding those footprints. It's a monster, you know? A real-life monster. I thought it was just a part of the set. Besides, there's lots of other weird stuff around here too. Is Suspicious, Chef. This kid's really suspicious. You're right. The smell of a scoop thinks to high heaven. Shut up. We're done talking. We are not done here yet. What now? The monster's footprints weren't the only unusual things that happened last night. Besides the monster's footprints, what other unusual thing happened last night? The death? Let me show it and see.
Take that!
Okay, not this one. I don't need some guy who's less intelligent than a child telling me that. Now let's review what happened here last night one more time. Yes, let this child make a fool of me any longer. I get so worked up about that. Anyways, just what was it that happened last night? So, death of the president's not so important to them. Okay, let's see. According to what was intercepted from the bug. Can be. God damn it. Does he fall asleep? Your entrance was first opened last night. Let's show it. It's also not! Just what the heck? Concrete was broken and the ground beneath them exposed. But it's not footprints. Fell. Finally, a monster's head fell from the roof of that building. Sure, you must have known about that. Don't know anything about it. Is that true? I told you I just practiced a bit and then I went back. Don't know anything about Mozilla's head falling or anything like that. But do you have evidence to show that I know something? There certainly isn't any evidence of that. It's also possible that it fell after John had already gone back. There's no anything, like I said, you're done talking. Seems that John doesn't really want to talk about last night. Could he be hiding something at all? Wait up. Agent Lan? It's as I thought. Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor. This video backs up my logic. There's something in the video that's related to the kids? Yeah, take a good look, hard look at the monster costume in the top left. The Mozilla costume? Try comparing it with the one over there right now. Was something on it? It looks like it's just hanging there one piece, though. And the zipper on its back is zipped up tightly. Zipper on its back? Nice. Discrepancies. Yeah, the difference is plain to see. In the video, the zipper is currently open. That's right. Someone was inside. What? Suppose. The costume zipper usually... It's always zipped up tightly when it's not in use. Mr. Prosecutor, do you remember my logic from before? 2 nights ago, there was another flashback. To remember this, you say the body was hidden inside the costume? Yeah, that's right. Judge Courtney, 2 nights ago you pushed the president on the roof of the tower. You then hid the body inside the monster costume. I didn't know such a thing, and why shouldn't secret? Say what you want, but you're the only one who could done it. That should have already been proven impossible. The film lot was locked at the time. Judge Courtney could not have entered this place. And what if there was an accomplice? What? I'll tell you my reasoning, so listen up. When the president was pushed off the roof, John was waiting at the film lot. John was an accomplice. The problem with the locks would be resolved. The two men then hid the president's body inside that monster costume over there. You think this crime had such an elaborate plan? To take the life of a nation's president. An elaborate plan is to be expected, don't you think? John would never take part in such crime. You're the one being suspected. Your words don't carry much weight. I don't think those two had sufficient motive for something like this, though. Well, maybe they had a motive that we didn't know about? You were the last one to meet with the president, and you're still keeping the details secret. Don't you think it's only natural that you're being suspected? There's no way for you to tell us your secret. I apologize, I just cannot, no matter what. However, when the time I can talk about it comes, I will surely let you know. So, if you could please. Believe you? If that's what you wanted to say, that's what all criminals say. And you, Pop, if you got an explanation, hurry up and spit it out. I didn't do nothing. That's all I'm saying. Both mother and son won't talk. You still gonna defend them like this? It's true, Judge Courtney's actions are a mystery. However, we still don't know whether or not that ties in with the motive for murder. Yeah, that's right. The motive for murder can wait. For now, let's talk about the situations around the crime. And the fact that these two are the only ones who could do it. And waste contradiction here. When the president was pushed off the roof, of course he was not pushed off the roof. Every single statement here is wrong. Mr. Lang's logic does seem to make sense. Indeed, if those two were accomplices, the crime certainly would have been possible, so it would be useless to argue at that point. Case, what should we do? First, we should have Agent Lang explain his reason in more detail. Be present, because let's throw out more information. So, it's... Agent Lang, don't tell me you're saying John was an accomplice. Still looks like a great school kid. Even got a kiddie backpack to boot. How could he be an accomplice? There's just no way. Like I said, John's already in middle school, and the backpack is a part of his costume. Landy says. Why he says when he's dead? No matter how young, the cop never pity an ungrateful pup. He may be a little brat, but a villain deserves no mercy. So Mr. Lindsay didn't make any allowances for age. Actually, same as me. Mr. Prosecutor, you're not just defending him because he's a pup, are you? Of course. It was never my intention. I shall present suitable evidence in due course. I'm looking forward to it. My logic's just getting started.
Hold it!
How would that resolve the problem? Figured you'll ask that, Mr. Prosecutor, but you know, it's actually quite simple. Listen up. First, that woman pushes the president off the roof. Pushes him off. Then, that brat, who knew the combination for the lock, unlocks the film plot. I see. The combination unlocks the brat. Okay, it's the opposite. That's all it takes. With this, the problem with the lock is solved. The theory that she couldn't get in because she didn't know the combination no longer flies. And the lock. Certainly is plausible explanation. Jolan, thank you for your clear explanation. Please continue as what you were saying before. If you're gonna give up, better do it now. Don't down, then hit the president's body. Supposing those two were accomplices, why would they have needed to leave the body hanging there for an entire day? Why don't you give it a rest and take a good hard look at reality? Thanks to their trickery, our investigation has been confused up until now. And that's about answer your question. Got it? Those two hit the body. Inside that monster. In the video, we cannot see the inside of the costume. So can you really say for certain that the body was placed inside? Yeah, I'll give you that much. In that case, why don't we try examine it? The inside of the costume. There might be some traces left inside. Mr. Powers, maybe examine the inside of the costume? Sure, go ahead. It might be kinda stinky, since I sweat a lot in there. This is incredibly dirty. That's strange. You always make sure to clean it after using it so that the sweat doesn't damage the costume. Isn't this just proof that someone besides you used this costume? I'd say that dirt from the body probably got into the costume. The president's body did fall on top of the monster's footprint. That must be where the dirt came from. Are you satisfied now? There's dirt inside the costume. It must have gotten there when the body was hidden inside. So, dirt got into the costume when the body was hidden inside. What does that mean? And the dirt was transferred from the body? And that's obvious. How else would you say it got there? This dirt stuck everywhere inside the costume. It looks particularly bad around the chest area. Chest area had something yellow on it. Dirt around the chest? Can it look this fact? So explanation does seem to make sense. Indeed, those two were accomplices. Crime certainly would have been possible, whatever. That was easy. Dirt got onto the costume when the body was hidden inside it. Is that really the case? Do you have a problem with that? There's a fair amount of dirt inside the front of the costume. Yeah, that is a lot of dirt. However, I would like you to focus on the state the body is in. It's lying on top of the dirt, and yet there's no dirt on the front of the body. If the body really was inside the costume, it's strange, the front of the body isn't stained with some dirt. You can put that body any way you want, actually. Well then, how would you explain it? How did the dirt get inside the costume? On the video footage, it's more likely that someone was inside the costume. But just who could it have been? Where have I seen this? What am I talking? I just feel like I remember seeing something that looked like this dirt somewhere before. I do remember, but where was it? On the glow? Where? These bits of grey fragments mixed in with the dirt. Grey fragments? There seemed to be something other than normal dirt mixed into it. Something must have gotten stuck to it, and lots of it, I might add. Something got stuck to it? This may merit a closer look. Let me see dirt that looks like what's stuck on the inside of the costume.
Take that!
This dirt has some grey bits mixed into it. And what of it? You found an item belonging to a certain man that was covered in the same type of dirt. That is to say, these gloves. And those dirt stains certainly look the same, but tell me, just what exactly is this grey substance? Concrete? This grey substance is plastic. Concrete. Concrete? This grey substance must be fragments of concrete. What is this yellow paint? You mean the stuff that was scattered around the monster's footprints? Exactly. Meanwhile, who do these gloves, which are stained with the same kind of dirt, belong to? I remember, we found it at Blaze's place. I don't believe you went to Blaze's garage. There we discovered these dirt-stained gloves. And to think of it, there were also hammers, shovels, and other tools placed inside as well. Why would mechanics gloves, intended to be used on machines, be covered in dirt? Well, he was driving the dirt bike. If he broke the concrete with the hammer and then dug into the soil with the shovel, then it's only natural for dirt like that to get on the gloves. And maybe... Yes, the true nature of the monster's footprints has been made clear, but why the heck he did this? Why exactly monster's footprints? For what purpose? It's possible that these footprints were dug up by Blaze the Beast himself. It's possible? It's possible, you say? Please do enlighten me, because I honestly have no clue. Why on earth would he do something like that? Why did he make the monster's footprints? Thinking about it, the answer must be... He was digging something up? He buried something. Buried? I have been because he buried something. Buried something? Some treasure. And it looks like a rock. So, what did he bury? He went to find that out. He'll have to dig it up ourselves. But of course, this evidence from 12 years ago. Think the police wouldn't have already investigated that? There was absolutely nothing buried beneath those footprints. Assuming that was wrong. In that case, you should assume the opposite. He dug something up. Probably went something like this. Last night, at this spot, there was something that Blaze needed to dig up. For that reason, he broke the lock on the back door and sneaked in the film lot. Using the hammer and shovel, he set to work. And you know the order? He placed the items he dug up into his bag. There were 3 items, that's fine. But before he could fill in the holes, that's when John came to practice. Exactly. Blaze panicked and had no choice but to hide himself in the museum costume nearby. I think he would deduce so much from just a pair of dirt-stained gloves. However, all of this is merely a possibility. There's still no proof that he was the one who was hiding inside that costume. For all we know, he might leave the scene, once he finished digging. On the contrary, such proof does exist and can be seen in the video. When the video was recorded, Blaze was definitely inside the film lot. But though I can't blame Agent Lang for not noticing. The difference between the current film lot and the one in John's video, along with the state of Blaze's garage, it's all too clear that Blaze was still here. Not proof that Blaze was still at the film lot when the video was recorded. Well, I saw something like this console there. Should I really show this? Yes. This bag, placed near the costume. First I saw it was some kind of chest. There was an identical one inside Blaze's garage. First, the dirt on the gloves, and now the bag. It seemed there's a connection. And that's my proof. Blaze was inside the costume. Ergo, the president's body could not have been hidden inside it. Since I was able to refute Agent Link's reasoning. Someone needs to go investigate Blaze's house right away, pal. We need to know what was inside that bag. Yes, sir. Now pipe down, listen up. Not just being saying whatever works best for you all. And the noisy one returns. Then there's the footprints of the mighty museum. They aren't just some random holes dug up by that old cut. I believe the true nature of these footprints has already been proven quite logically. Logic schmogic. I ain't buying it. Say what you want, but I know what I saw, and I saw Muzilla. And they're referring to how she saw Mozilla out the window in the ground tower? Postures. Was it some poster attached to some lift, elevator, whatever, behind the window? Upon our journalist souls, we aren't having none of it. That statement is an insult to journalists everywhere. That's right. There's more of them monsters than just those footprints. You might have heard that Sunny over there was seen with the monster earlier. Still don't quite understand what the heck is this shit. I reckon that girl over there said she witnessed in herself. Well, these two together, all meaningful talk grinds to a halt. If you only knew just what the monster really was, I think those two would quiet down. Mr. Schwab, isn't there anything you can do? The monster's true identity? I don't have much choice. Let's see what we can do. There's something you'll all aren't telling us about the monsters? Nico, add them right now.
Hold it.
Please, settle down. Learn the true identity of that monster. I already know what it is. What it is? What do you say? That's right. The video John recorded provided the hint that they needed. What you talking about? Where was this video? By the way, here on the stream I see this staircase much better than on the console, but still see no proof. Yes, Nicole saw Garden when she went to check up on John's practice, and that time she mistook Sultan for Garden. What is this? The monster can be seen in this photograph. What? That's just some plain old surreal photo? Hold on, I don't understand. Let's show again this photo, I mean, the memory vision. Don't really think you can pull the wool over the eyes of a pro like me, do you? What did Miss Nicole really see? What that she mistook for Garden? Tail? That's white tail.
Take that.
Nope. The girl that Miss Nicole saw was actually Miss. Let's double check what Garty looks like. Something with a similar shape might be in the photo. Gardy's shape. With Gardy's shape here. The hand? The horn?
Take that.
No idea. Key horn.
Take that.
It's not even horn. Where is the heck is Gardy's shape? Camera?
Take that.
Finally. Naturally, Gardy's true identity was on this camera crane. What? The video John recorded was shot from very high up. A shot from this position would be impossible without camera crane. But there are no way Miss Nichols would mistake camera crane for Guardian. And what about that, Miss Nichols? Yes. Earlier, you sent the prescription for your glasses. Didn't watch your eyesight anymore, correct? Yes. Lately, it seems like my eyesight has suddenly gotten a lot worse. So you say that you weren't able to see Guardian very clearly in the dark? That's right, its silhouette was all I could make out. But remember what Miss Nichols said? And I quote, its skin was really scaly, almost like a reptile. Camera cranes ain't got no flesh on them, let alone skin. It's just a bare steel frame. That's certainly true, at least in the case of this photo. However, last night it did have skin. Just doing whatever you can to get in the way of our big scoop, aren't you? That was not my intention. But since I've come this far, it's time to put an end to your nonsense. Guardian skin is right before your own before our very eyes. Well, this one is obvious.
Take that!
Waterproof sheets. As Miss Nichols stated in her testimony earlier, it looked like it was going to rain last night. Well, it never actually rained. John still covered the camera crane with a rainproof sheet. Which to Miss Nichols looked like a monster skin. What? You gotta be kidding me. Isn't that right, John? Man, you saw through it all. Well, bet, old man. Unfortunately, the Guardian that Miss Nichols saw was nothing more than an illusion. Not again. Looks like my dream has showed up and died once again. Mentor. Seems like things have finally settled down. I really thought the boy was hiding something from me. Guess I had it all wrong. Now that we figured out the true form of the monster, everyone seems refreshed. Actually, there are two people here who are totally bummed out. Ajilang. The report is insert got the results of President Han's autopsy. Finally. Good, show it to me. Contusions and bone fractures found across the body resulting from tremendous pressure. So, this was the cause of death. In other words, he was crushed to death. So that's much. The yellow stain on his chest is currently under investigation. It's not a full autopsy report. But it seems that gunpowder residue was found on his right hand. Sunflower residue? Didn't know the president was into gardening. No, gunpowder. Traces of it are left behind when a gun is fired. Since it has been found on his right hand, it's possible that the president fired a gun. Gun, huh? We didn't find any guns when we investigated this area. Unexplained gunpowder residue? Have to look over the autopsy report later. Right now. Around 11 PM. So he wanted to dig out something himself. Alright. Now then, Agent Lang, it seems we have our answer. The president did not die from falling off the roof of the Grand Tower. Rather, he died from being crushed under Mozilla's head. Can't deny it. Looks like your logic was right after all. This means suspicions surrounding Miss Courtney should be cleared up, right? Yes, not only the cause of death, but the time of death proves your innocence as well. Miss Courtney met with the president 2 nights ago. However, according to the autopsy report, the time of death was around 11 PM last night. Mozilla's head also fell last night, matches up perfectly. That's a relief. Isn't it a bit too early to be relieved? Agent Lang. The president died after being crushed by the Mozilla's head. That I will admit. But the problem is, who was responsible for the fallen head? Mozilla's head fell last night. And last night, the one who was at the film lot. What are you saying? Surely you're not implying? That's right. You killed him, didn't you? John Marsh. That pup is hiding something. Because at the stand where the body was discovered last night, he also saw the footprints. And despite that, he still claims to know absolutely nothing about the incident. And that's a bit too convenient. These footprints-shaped holes have not been proven to be related to the case. And because he saw the holes doesn't necessarily mean that he's involved in the incident. Sure about that? Take a look at the pup's face. He looks pretty shaken up to me. Looks like he hit the mark, but John doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't feel like talking, and I have an idea of my own. Let's check that tape. Gentlemen, what is your intention? The police have a device that lets you analyze the video footage up close and personal. Agent, you would suspect John enough to go that far? That far? Just analyze the video? As long as John's sleeps are sealed, this may be the only way for us to get closer to the truth. I'm sure, if I am not mistaken, you have the device with you, correct? Sir, analysis is ready to go, sir. Now we're talking. Lieutenant Edgeworth, could you please perform the video analysis for us? She wants me to do it. Who knows what kind of fault that Wolfman will find in it? This isn't exactly my strong suit, but I suppose I have no choice. Are there any new clues shown in this video? River? What? That's why it was so dark. This is... What the matter? When I see too. Here, what's wrong? Show it to me. Edgeworth requests you submit the evidence to the court. Please take a look at the top right corner of the zoomed-in video. This person is... the president? Impossible. No way! Since you finally found it at last, the evidence that points to the true killer. This video places John at a major disadvantage. You're wrong, that's not right, I didn't know anything about this. That's not gonna cut it in. It's clear that you and the victim were together at the same place where his body was later found. John Marsh, there's no doubt. You killed the president. No, this can't be. Why would you? John, please don't tell me. Did you really kill the president? Mr. Edgeworth, this is evidence? Mr. Prosecutor, looks like even you can object to this. That Bob said he didn't know anything, right? And yet the president's right here, in the video? John, what are you hiding? Just come outside. Please, tell the truth. The truth is... It's all my fault. Jonash, what did you do? Lucilla's had fallen was all my fault. But there will be contradiction? I was certain. Why is he speed up? Am I close to the ending? Let me check. I think it's impossible. No, there's plenty of stuff. Plenty. When I was setting up the equipment on the roof, I used the heater. Now that I went down to practice, but I forgot to turn it off. And my mom called me, so I left the film lot. When I came back to the lot, the phone call was over. Mozilla hat that was on the roof had fallen. And right next to it was the president, lying dead on the ground. How can that be? We see there were indeed traces that something had caught fire on the rooftop. It was just a small fire, so I was able to put it out by myself. So the president's death was John's fault? Don't that make this an accident, sir? And then, what did you do with the fallen head? Took it apart, brought the pieces out of the roof and put it back together. So you put out the fire and even put the fallen head back on the roof. Which means you were hiding evidence. Can't be having that, you naughty little pup. Didn't do it on purpose, I really did just forget to turn off the heater. Why it's forget to turn off the heater? Why should you not let it on? What the problem is this? When the legs broke, the stand would have tilted, and Mozilla's head was on top of the stand. It had fallen off, so the head fell down because of the fire. Yes, and if that's the case, I also have a pretty good idea. What caused the fire? The fire volcano, it's actually another flashback. Why is he reading flashbacks? Was it really just an accident? If that's the truth, then what was the president doing here? And no, there was no one else around when I was there. Set me to believe that. The president would have just come to a place like this without a reason, you know? Yet the president's reason for coming here is still a huge mystery. 2 nights ago, he met with George Courtney on the roof of the Grand Tower. And last night he was here at the film lot. He met with John? I have to listen to John's testimony very carefully. Let's see. Went down to practice. What's wrong with the state of the body? I didn't get a good look because it was dark. It suddenly become as quiet as a mouse. I guess John doesn't really want to remember anything about the body. That's the only reason why he's gone so quiet. Should I press him for more details? But of course. You didn't get a good look. Then how did you know he was dead? Was there even at once where you should not press? Don't think so. That's well. It's really shaken. Must be hiding something. Would you normally call for help if you see someone collapsed on the ground? He was naked? Because we saw him naked on the video. However, you did nothing of the sort. But he was already dead. In that zone, seemed quite certain that the president was already dead. Now, is there a reason for that, I wonder? The guy was collapsed on the ground, and right next to him was the fallen monster's head. No, stop it. It wasn't hard to imagine what happened. You can imagine whatever you want, but there was no way for you to know that he was dead. You actually checked to make sure the president was dead, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. I was scared, but I got up close to the body and checked to see if he was breathing. I thought as much. However, why would he hide that? Must be a reason. Please tell me the state of the body at that time. At first I didn't know he was dead. I would realize sooner if there had been any blood. But there wasn't a single drop, and he's clueless, completely spotless. But there was something yellow on it. Either way, he wasn't breathing. So I knew he was already dead. Will you please append those statements to your testimony? Well, so kinda obvious what's wrong here.
Objection!
His clothes were spotless. Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with it, old man? John, it's painfully obvious that you're desperately trying to hide something from me. What are you going on about? I'm not hiding anything. You're hiding something about this yellow stain, the president's clothes, right? Correct? Why did you leave it entirely out of your testimony? The fact you made no mention of it only serves to cast more suspicion upon yourself. That's because I hope you have a convincing explanation. Judge Gardner? Allow me to explain. Why you? The yellow stain left on the president's chest is almost certainly lion lily pollen. Lion lily? When I met with the president on the roof of the Grand Tower 2 nights ago, I brought him a bouquet of lion lilies. Lion lilies are beautiful flowers with stunning golden petals. Some of the pollen from the lilies must have gotten on the president's seat. But I didn't see any lilies in the security footage, though. They were simply obscured by the president's body. Why did you bring a bucket? That's... I cannot say. Hey, keeping way too many secrets. You won't tell us why you met with the president or the reason you brought him flowers. My apologies. However, I didn't give him the bucket. Not much is true. But when the president's body was discovered, we didn't find any flowers. I honestly don't know how that could be. Hey, Mr. Judge, all your answers have been too vague. You can't say this, and you don't know that. Do you accept flimsy testimony like that in your trials? Cut that out. John, I threw the flowers away. You threw them away? So there were flowers near the body when you found it? Yeah, that's right. They were right on top of the president's body. Had been crushed as flat as pancakes. So I see. So the flowers were squashed by Mozilla's head. A large amount of pollen got stuck on the president's suit. That seems to be wait, no. That seems to be the gist of it. However, why did you go out of your way to dispose of the flowers? No reason. So John's not going to tell us anything either. I guess mother and son both have a lot of secrets, huh? That's not true. At the very least, I can tell you why John's threw away those flowers. John, you saw me leaving the house with those flowers in hands, did you not? I get it. John saw the flowers and thought of his mom. Threw them away. No notifications. In order to protect Judge Courtney from being suspected. That's not true. You're all wrong. That was his worst lie yet. I often decorate our house with those flowers. The buckets must have reminded him of me. So the pup just happens to find the flowers from his mother's bucket on top of the body. That's why he threw them away and kept silent about the body. It's a tiny little story, if I ever heard one. And what's wrong with that? Suppose you prefer untidy, messy stories, Agent Lang. Tell me you've forgotten already, Missy. This pup confessed that he caused the monster's head to fall last night. That's true, but he's currently the only suspect in the president's murder. It is true that there are many reasons to suspect John. However, there's someone other than John who is far more suspicious. What you say? John himself was kidnapped by that very person not too long ago. And we rescued him from the refrigerated warehouse. Refrigerated? Yeah, the horror pile. A refrigerated warehouse? That's right, Paul. The refrigeration wasn't turned on, so he wasn't about to freeze to death. It was not on the map before this way. But if he hadn't yelled out for help, we would never found him. When the sleeping drugs were off, he was finally able to call out for help. Sleeping drugs, huh? If I recall correctly, when you were kidnapped. That's right, there was a bottle lying on the floor of the refrigerated warehouse. And it was the same thing that was used on me not long ago. That sleepy dizzy stuff. It's super powerful. How did this happen that in British English it's Z, but in American English it's Z? How about it, Agent Lang? John is clearly a victim. There's a mastermind at work behind the scenes of this case. I don't know anything about this so-called mastermind. You say they were here last night? I still don't know for sure yet. It's not like you to be so vague, Mr. Prosecutor. Indeed, I still don't have any evidence that ties the mastermind to this murder. Is there someone else? There anyone besides John who had the opportunity to murder the president? Yes. That's it. As I thought. In the end, that pup is our only suspect. Isn't there one more suspect, Agent Lang? What this? Didn't he prove it earlier? Last night there was one more person here. Blaze the Best. You're saying he's the one who did it? Last night, John was not alone. Blaze the Best was here too. Should we consider him to be a new suspect? Blaze the Best killed the president? It's entirely possible. Blaze the Best. It can be the same guy from 12 years ago. 12 years ago? Keeps popping up. Again, flashback! And the sleeves were growing here? How old was he? I want to open the organizer. I don't trust all their ages. 50? Agent Lang, what happened 12 years ago? Nothing that concerns you. On the contrary, it might just have some sort of connection with this case. And I suppose you have some proof, Mr. Prosecutor? Show me evidence that there's a connection between this case and the one 12 years ago, but we don't know the case. You must tell us first. Evidence, you say? If you don't have any evidence, then there's no point in talking about it. How they restore my HP? Okay, what do you have about 12 years ago? This? Let's put it.
Take that!
Yes. This report, written by Patricia Rowland to Blaze the Best regarding Nightly. Please read this part here. I think he laid to rest near the flower bed 12 years ago. It's not all. Take a look at this as well. This letter was... so I could show it this as well. This letter was sent to Jill Crane, who was murdered 2 days ago. Although the sender is currently unknown, here it is written as follows. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. What? 12 years ago? Echelon, something big is happening here. So Kate was added later? June Crane's murder 2 days ago, and now the president's murder today. There has to be some connection there. And the key to solving it lies in what happened 12 years ago, does it not? You ask me to reopen the old wounds of the Lang clan? Agent, I beg of you. Who won that just now? Shifu! Sifu? You guys, what are you all doing here? And I thought that Man in Black actually kidnapped the Blaze. But those were someone else. We followed you here, Shifu. We heard that Shifu was investigating the incident from 12 years ago. You idiots! I'm not your boss anymore. Get back to your own posts. Sir, we can't do that. What do you say? Are you disobeying my order? Sure, he also beg of you. Reinstigate the SS5 incident from 12 years ago. None of us could ever forget that case. You know you feel the same way, Shifu. Ajilan, even your former subordinates desire to investigate the case. You think you can solve the mysteries of that case? Perhaps I can, with your help. I got it. I accept the invitation. Shifu. Now then, With that decided, I guess it's my turn to shine. Okay. Let's get in a case from the past, right? And guess what the best tool for that is? The little Mr. Thief. Right? Have all the case files from the past case? I can recreate it? Fortunately, I don't have the case files. What do you mean? Access to those case files is restricted. It's been rated as highly classified information. Why that? I don't know, but it seems like there were a lot of things that they wanted to keep hidden. Even what I know is limited to what was published in the newspapers back then. Will not be a problem. In any case, please tell us what you know. Sure. The SS5 incident. It's time to save and take a pause, I think. It's 9:22. Middle part 1 of me. So it's not even 50%? Yeah, I need a pause. Be right back. Time to continue. Alright, the SS5 incident. The incident occurred on a winter day 12 years ago. It was the 10th of February. The police department in this country received a call from a group of kidnappers. By the way, I called what else I must buy. Right. One more thing to check. Yes, everything's alright. Police department in this country received a call from a group of kidnappers. Kidnapped President Hank, they said. Kidnapped. The SS5 incident was the case of President Hank's kidnapping. They demanded a ransom of $100 million of tax money. 100 million? But just how much of that? Not very much. Because in lottery can be in billions. Such a large amount, she's having trouble visualizing it. That's right. My old man was the last person to meet with the president. Oh, so he wasn't naked, just on this camera he looked like naked. Because it was black and white? Wait, and why the heck it was black and white? It is not. It was dark here. Also, he's definitely not here on this video. So I cannot check it second time. They went together at the Janfa embassy till midnight on February 10th. Now that no one knows what the president was doing up until he was kidnapped. With the president's life at stake, the Janfa government frantically gathered the money. And then the ransom was delivered, and the president was returned safe and sound. So President Honk has been the president since 12 years ago. It's really amazing. Amazing what? It's normal. Not for the United States, of course. Well, being in office for so long is just a small part of how amazing the man is. Any dictator can do this. Lang seems a bit happier when he said that. And what happened to the kidnappers? Well, top secret covert investigation was carried out, and a secret trial was held. The trial? I mean, the suspect was caught? The suspect was Patricia Roland. Then the reason you came to the prison a few days ago? If she received so much money, or her group, why she was still working in prison? And the same location here. He was put on extended leave from Interpol. So decided to go back and investigate what happened 12 years ago. First, I had to get a look at the face of my target. So the trial 12 years ago ended with a not guilty verdict. Yeah. Back then, my old man was in charge of every aspect of the president's security. He took responsibility for the kidnapping and was relieved of his post as bodyguard. But he continued to investigate as a regular police officer until he finally found the culprit. It was none other than Patricia Roland. There was no way she could be innocent. However, the result was a not guilty verdict. In the end, the case went unsolved. Crushed in both body and soul, the old man resigned from the police. Resigned? Usually this means fired. What was the basis for arresting Patricia Rowland? There was a lot of evidence, at least that's what I think. But I can't see those documents for myself. So that's where my story ends. What should we do? Only this much information. Even the little thief will have a hard time producing a regression. But it's an interrogation of this place. It's supposed to be flower bed or something. There's really nothing we can do. It looks like you could use some help with that. I really want to sleep. Okay, 7 minutes. Francisco? Mr. Shellstone. He finished up with the trial and finally managed to catch up with you guys, and what the result? Yeah, take this. It was put on hold because they're looking for evidence. This is... It's the case files for the SS5 incident, sir. When Roland mentioned 12 years ago during the trial, it caught my interest. Not so much information. Just summary. The president of Genfa, Lee Jun-han, was kidnapped on February 10, 12 years ago. The kidnappers demanded a ransom of $100 million, which like nothing for anyone in government. Because they have billions, maybe trillions. Together, of course, I mean. One person can have several billions. Dialog Len confirmed that on the evening of the incident, the president was at the Genfa embassy till midnight. In which country? In this country? Prosecutor Blaze the Best, suspect Patricia Rowland. Alright. I looked into it immediately and got in touch with Interpol. Expect no less from you, Francisco. Don't get the wrong idea, Miles Edgeworth. I didn't prepare these documents for you, the former prosecutor. I did it for the sake of the investigator taking up the case his father left behind. Since? But I thought information on the SS5 incident was restricted to the public. That restriction was placed by the prosecutor in charge of the case, Blaze the Best. Blaze the Best? Was the prosecutor in charge? Him! However, as a result of the trial just now, Blaze's authority has been revoked. It's all thanks to his son, Sebastian. By breaking down his father, the door to this post case has been opened. The Best is currently wrapping things up in Patricia Rowland's trial. He told me to relay this message to you. Relay? Leave Pops and his cohorts to me. You guys just take care of the case on your end. He's become quite reliable, right before our very eyes. Truly. Right then, it's perfect. Now that we have the files, just leave the recreation to me. Well then, let us begin. According to these documents, it appears that the incident took place right in front of the Tower Plaza. Now let's head to the plaza right away. So not here? Where's Flowerbird? It's really a cohort of them. Okay, Would you please activate the little Mr. Thick? I would say that I prefer when there's a lot of people taking part in one single case and not just two, or just one. Right, these case files creating everything should be a snap. Where should I start? Where indeed? Go through these documents. It seemed there was a witness to the kidnapping of the president. A freelance journalist by the name of Jack Cameron. However, he happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and was murdered by the culprit. So that would mean the place he saw the president at was here. Yeah? The Grand Tower? No, the Grand Tower was only built around a year ago, okay? From that, this place contained mostly old, abandoned buildings. However, 12 years ago, this place was... Now you're funny talking about some stuff that I know. Yeah, 12 years ago, and this very spot was... the Happy Family Home. What the heck? So instead of some nice convenient place, they place a skyscraper? I know that in Europe people are obsessed with skyscrapers. Especially in Eastern Europe, in Asia. I don't like that. This place is much more perfect for downtown. Not that well. It's a place where children who had lost their parents could live. Or to put it simply, it was an orphanage. So the president was kidnapped at that orphanage. And the head of that facility at that time was Patricia Roland. Apparently Roland always refers to it as her home. Seeing that suspicion would naturally fall upon her. At the time of the incident, she was how old? She in the list? Wait a second. 25. The dark cloud that remains from the SS5 incident still casts a shadow on the present case. King, I'd like you to input the investigation data from Jack Cameron's murder case. We can probably assume that he was killed by one of the kidnappers. Why is he saying kidnappers when it's not a kid? I completely get this word and thinking that it must be replaced for adults, anyone who's older than 21 years old, and person definitely older than this, as abductors, because they abducting people. So if you solve the murder case, you'll know who the kidnappers were, right? Abductors. Precisely, counting on you. Adult nappers. You can't even go there. What the heck is this? Is this? Everything's green. Come to expect such reactions. This is a recreation of the grounds of the facility that stood here 12 years ago, based on the documents from the police investigation. I created this scene to show what it looked like when police arrived at 7 AM the next day. There's a fair amount of snow had piled up here. Oh, look. Well, the middle of the last cases, I understand. Did check long play to understand how far am I. So maybe on Friday I'll finally finish it. The next will be some later game, but maybe I'll play something else. Because reading text non-stop every single day except the last 2 days. It's tiresome. You heard that the footprints in the snow were prime pieces of evidence. definitely want to finish all Layton and Ace Attorney games. This year at least. The snow fell during the day, on the day of the incident. If I was playing yesterday and day before, today I will finish it already. So the snow only fell before the crime took place. Which means the footprints would have been erased by any further snow. Let's make sure to pay close attention to these footprints. So this is a kinda why the heck simulation is green, but blood here is red. Also must be green. So this is the eyewitness of the president's kidnapping, Jack Cameron. What exactly did he witness? Recreated the state of his body based on the photos taken by the police. Because he was struck in the head from behind. One weapon was a brick, right? Looks like the ones from the garden, this garden. The blood that flowed from his head splattered all over the surroundings. Neat. Here, take this. It's Mr. Cameron's autopsy report. Need to check the reports. Well, if I will be playing 3 hours per day, it's right now 3 hours. So yeah, but if I play 4 hours a day, 5 tomorrow. Jack Cameron, age 31, around 1 AM, died instantly after being hit on the head with a brick. It's likely killed just after leaving the passage from his cell phone. Well, if you hit someone's head, it can be instant death. But when they say that they pierce somebody in the middle of the body and they instantly die, it's bullshit. To die, your brain must die. So maybe if you hit some nerve in spine, you can do this, but usually not. Anyone? They have Dog in here. They have the best here. They actually have Roland. The group of people. This the brick that was used as the murder weapon. What, there will be something unexpected? Can find bricks like this all over the garden. Must have used one of them as a weapon. A yellow flower has fallen here. In the language of flowers, it means a stolen treasure. There's no such thing as language of flowers, because in every single culture it's different. It's not the same. Okay, let's stop making things up. Still, this flower seems to be of a different variety from the ones growing nearby. Well, then why is it in a place like this? It bothers me a little. Should examine the flower bed itself with this. Yes, someone must stole this from somewhere and brought it here. Okay. And the language of flowers, this means an angry prosecutor. Angry. Assume this is the victim's cell phone. That's right. Probably Mr. Cameron gave his eyewitness testimony on the cell phone. What I mean by "or the cell phone"? After Cameron found the president, it seemed that he called his girlfriend. And his girlfriend was Patricia Roland? but she didn't answer the phone. The Cameron left a message on her answering machine. Let's see, it's in the case files too. You wanna hear it? Of course. Hello, Jill? Oh, Jill? Are you asleep already? I'm from the facility now, but something not right. President Hunt is here of all places, but supposed to be at the embassy. And what's more? Crap, the light just went off. Can barely see a thing now. At winter with snow you can't see a thing? They might have never been. Why is it here it's auto-progressed? I didn't read it. What was this? Can't believe it almost looks like he's been kidnapped. I saw it and disappeared. Oh, that's all at the end. Seems he was attacked while he was still on the phone. Jean-Lang, may I ask? What was the name of Mr. Cameron's beloved? Pretty sure I heard your name was Jill Crane. So it was true. Did you say Jill? This was why she was seeking revenge for 12 long years. That's a flashback. Why the heck in this episode there's so many flashbacks? Tons of them, non-stop. Every 15 minutes. Or even less. But Miss Crane tried to get revenge on Blaze, right? She may have wanted to get revenge on him for covering up the kidnapping case. As she thought Blaze himself was the kidnapper. What about Cameron? Since everything was understandable, the victim was carrying a camera. According to the case files, it seems he only managed to take a single photo. It is. It looks like a woman. But it can be anyone. Isn't that the president? The same outfit? He's being held at gunpoint. But we cannot see his right hand. This must be the scene the victim witnessed. So the person in the court must be the kidnapper. Indeed, it seems like some sort of disguise. If the logic of Agent Lang's father is correct, then this person should be Patricia Rowland. Why is there only one photo? Perhaps he was killed before he would take any more? Looks like I cannot investigate footprints from here. These footprints stop near the body. It must be Mr. Cameron's footprints. Sure has some big feet. Look like a size 11. Big feet size 11? My feet is 10.5, but some shoes I'm using size 11 actually. It's not big, it's average. But maybe in Japan it's big. But of course. All the data, his shoes match these footprints. 11 is big. The footprints here seem to lead to and from the body. These footprints are believed to be the culprit. The shoe size about size 7. Also, men sizes and women sizes are completely different. She's referring to which size? No, it's maybe 47. Let's see. You mean Russian one? It's 44. 44. So 50. 50 is huge. 11 is 44. I'll check some chart to be sure. Because I don't trust AI. Okay, man clothes? No, not man clothes. What is this? Hats, jeans, trousers, shirts, belts, footwear. 11 US, 11 Russia 44, Europe 45. So 44. It's, well, the big one it's like 14, 15. But 11, average. Well, mine is 10.5. So your foot is slightly bigger than mine. The shoe is size about size 7. It's fairly average. Since we won't be able to tell who the culprit is from these footprints. One more time. Hold on, my guinea misses. Very average. 7. Very average. Okay, checking the 7 size. Size number 7. That she claims to be average. Because I'm checking main size. 7 is small! It's 40. It's like kid size. Okay, checking women's size for footwear. 7 for women. 7 for women it's kinda big. Yes. But again, not average. Average for women it's 5. Well, of course, this is Japan, so for them it's average. Maybe. For men. And where was Snowman? Oh, where was Swatter? Near the fence? This has mostly melted, but appears to be a snowman. As a scarf and a hat must have melted since it was dressed so warmly. Clothes does not rise your temperature. The poor thing has even lost one of the buttons that was used for its eyes. Temperature reaches its lowest point at dawn, perhaps it would have frozen later. Not so fast, Mr. Hedgehog. Once a snowman melts, even it freezes up again, it becomes an iceman instead of snowman. What? What's she saying? That's what she was expecting me to say? Clothes only keeps the body's temperature. So it actually can protect you from heat. What's this logic now? Just more weapon? Must find it. Now the bricks here. This door. Remember seeing it from somewhere? Of course you would. Looks exactly like the Grand Tower door we saw earlier. But this is a recreation from 12 years ago. It means this door has been here since then. It's looking to error, but there's so many of them. Till when the Grand Tower was built, they decided to reuse the door rather than destroy it. It's like the old saying goes, discover something new by heating up something old. So she's understood the correct meaning of a saying, for once. Never heard of this one. But if you're using a microwave to do it, don't heat it for over 5 minutes. What? Depends. Bear Shepherd's Igloo is both cute and scary at the same time. Hereby declare this bear glue. Lamp? Looks as though this igloo could fit 3 people inside. Yeah, and maybe body. I bet you could live up to 3 years in this burglar. 3 years? What about that summertime? The what? The igloo would melt. Sergeant, say that again. Say that one more time. The igloo would melt. Wait a second, you want to say it's made of ice? Three flowerets and snow. Jean, what's the matter? Something strange. I wasn't able to read the SS5 incident case files until now, since Blaze had all access to that information restricted. Yeah, that's right. And yet I feel like I've seen this exact stand somewhere before. What do you mean? Where did I see this? Could just remember. Looks deep in thought. Should leave him alone for a while. The fall of my old man was also the fall of the Land Clan. Family that fell to protect the president. That's what we became. My old man started to investigate the case like he was possessed. Could someone so driven by obsession truly conduct a proper investigation? Shh. You really don't pull your punches, Mr. Prosecutor. Don't think I blindly trusted in his investigation just because he's my old man. His investigation was meticulous, down to the last detail. Apparently, he even conducted a thorough interview with each and every kid at the orphanage. He interviewed every child. I wonder how fruitful his results were. After the SS5 incident, the president completely changed. Well, he must have felt like his trust had been betrayed, because it's only natural. He cut off all ties with the Land Clan, putting an end to our deep bond of trust. My old man wanted to at least apologize in some way. So he tried to go see the president more times than I can count. Of course, the president refused to meet with him. He wouldn't even give him the time of day. Don't know if it was from the bodyguards, but there were times he'll come back all beaten up. But me standing around, talking about the past doesn't do jack, does it? She'll be the judge of that, but now just keep telling us what you know. You're still as tactless as ever. Well, I figured you'll say as much. Maybe I should show him something. Please, ask me anything you wish. It seems the dust has settled on day 1 of Patricia Rowland's trial. Yes. While a decision has yet to be reached, I would say a guilty verdict is quite likely. I'm sure a thorough investigation into her connection with Blaze will be conducted as well. After seeing Sebastian today, I know we can put our faith in him. Just like King, Sebastian is also in the midst of training for the future ahead. I see. When you say it like that, I guess we have more in common than I thought. Said a few mean things to him, so the next time we meet, I'd like to apologize to him. I'm sure you will get your opportunity, but for now... Yes, at present, solving this case is our top priority. You have my heartfelt thanks for bringing John back. Even the thought of him not coming back makes me... Hell, man, don't bully my man. No, that wasn't my intention. Oh, look at him now, go. From his little knight in shining armor. He's so cool. It's not like that. Quite blubber and stupid stuff about me. John, please wait. May I proceed, Mr. Edgeworth? My actions were unbecoming of one who calls herself a servant of the goddess of law. I won't ask for forgiveness, however, Judge Courtney, I am not as well acquainted with the goddess of law as you are. However, isn't that goddess also mother of other gods? No. The law makes exceptions for extenuating circumstances. It understands a mother's heart. At same behalf, your goddess sympathizes with you more than you think. Mr. Edgeworth? I don't get it. What the heck are you two blabbering about? It's okay, John. Don't have a clue either. What was this? Looks like it's useless to show anything. What do you want? After the drugs were off, did you notice anything about your surroundings? Those drugs were brought to you by Sleepy Zizi. Catching this is now super easy with Sleepy Zizi. Usually it takes like 6 hours for effect to wear off. It was kinda cold when I woke up. I was in a dark, empty room. Boxes with foreign writing on them were lying around, so I figured I was in a warehouse. The place was like a giant refrigerator. It was a commercial warehouse. That's right, John was rescued thanks to the collective efforts of Keen Detective Gumshoe. John was still a bit cold. The cooling unit's power must not have been cut for too long. For some reason they didn't think to take my phone, so use it to call for help. I see. In any case, it's good that you're safe and sound, John. I don't need your fake sympathy. Old man. What an incorrigible child. He's just like a certain someone I know. John, I'd like you to tell me the exact details of your kidnapping. You were kidnapped at the garbage pickup area, right? Why do you go there? You don't have to act as a go-between. You can just talk to the old man directly. So he says, oh, looks like he's finally starting to warm up to you. I went to the garbage pickup to throw away the flowers I found on the body. It was nearby, and I thought it would be harder to find there than if I just dumped them in a trash can. I went there last night too, but the gate was locked. And that's why you went there again today to dispose of them. Were you keeping them? Yeah, but when I got there, someone suddenly grabbed me from behind. And used Sleepy this on you, right? And this is now super easier with Sleepy says. Even though she was also a victim to it, she seems to have taken a liking to that slogan. Whoever grabbed me was really strong, but that's all I know. No idea who it was. Pretty strong. Who do we have strong here? Doggin. Well, real powers of course not. Oh, Raymond? A Lang? I see, so that's what happened. No, it was someone's weak in this case. This sense sure puts a chill in your bones. How Rain needs a hot bath to keep him warm. Could you please try to be a little more serious? Oh, that's what Keys wants, I guess I have no choice. Well, this is where it all began, isn't that right? Yes, I feel this the keys. What was Patricia and Blaine's true goal? There are still many mysteries yet to be solved. And yet, just as you say. Particularly, the mystery of what will happen to K. Ray's law. Is it suspenseful? not even a little. Just couldn't resist. Could you, Mr. Schultz? Why can't you ever stay serious for more than a minute? He's genuinely incapable of staying serious for that long. Chevron, I know it's not my place, but I have a request. Please, do roll call, just like old times. Just like old times, huh? What a lark. Guess I have no choice. Roll call. 1. I'm sorry. A roll call with one person is really lucky. That's nonsense. It's got nothing to do with numbers. Even though you're the only one here, the pack is always one, right? You think it's lucky? And how loud enough to make up for the rest of the pack? Roll call. 1. That man. Is he on the verge of tears? She'll check the body one more time. Jack Cameron was a freelance journalist. He was killed because he witnessed the president's kidnapping. The plot really stands out in the recreation it's given me the heebie-jeebie. In the original footage looks brutal enough. A lot of blood was spilled. The back of his head is covered in blood. Must be where all the blood spilled from. According to the autopsy report, he was struck in the back of the head with a brick. Indeed, it's rare that the killer approached Mr. Cameron from behind. But of course, I didn't check this body. Is the victim holding something in his right hand? It's also written in the keys files. Seems he was holding in onto a button. Button? From the snowman? Did he tear it off the culprit's clothes? Let's say that's all. It's not possible to use it here. Still nothing here. What a scoop! Would you look at that? Those folks have done turned green. Were they sick of something? But their clothes are green too. Well, I'll be. Their clothes are all green too. How can this aunt no ordinary disease? You picked up on something good. Looks like you're taking it to the next level. Yes, Chip. It looks like there's no way we'll be getting a work in. Not that I have any desire to intervene. Speak to you. It's completely the same. Complete waste of time. Scorpion, don't you dare say a word. I'm warning you. Mr. Edgeworth. Please help me, sir. Was it the gumshoe? It's about the story behind this SS5 incident, sir. Even though Blaze may have lost his authority, there's no way you can get confidential documents this quickly. It got me curious, so I made a few calls and asked around. And I found out that Miss Von Karma used all sorts of forceful tactics to... Scavi, I thought I warned you. Done a lot of fuss, Francisco. Promise I will bring this to an end with my own hands. It's a swing decorated... it's a swing decorated with the face of an elephant. Looks like there's some kind of motor attached to the other side of the elephant. It's one thought that has crossed the minds of every top-class swinger. If only I could do a full 360. With that powerful motor rotating the swing motor, the dream can finally be achieved. Rotating the motor. But wouldn't that be dangerous? Mr. Edgeworth, You can't fulfill your dreams unless you're willing to take some risks. And the real problem here? This pillar appears to be burnt. According to the files, it seems there was a fire on the evening of the incident. A fire? And that's how he got his facial tattoo? The burn mark? Let's see here, huh? It's saying that one of the children at the orphanage spilled kerosene and set it on fire as a prank. And that kid had far too much energy. And thanks to that, we can't make out any of the footprints near the main hall. These playground toys are modeled after her and a tortoise, like from the fable. Tortoise and the hare competed in race, and in the end, the hare lost. And now for something completely different. It's time for a key quiz. But hare didn't lose. Tortoise was cheating. Why did the hare lose? There are 3 choices. I already know the answer. It's because the hare took a nap. Hare's favorite shoes were stolen by the Yatagarasu. The tortoise trained with the Yatagarasu until it became faster than the hare. Unbeknownst to the 2 animals, the Yatagarasu stole the victory from the shadows. Those are my only choices. Is it too hard for you? Okay. I'll give you a hint. It starts with a TH. She wants me to pick number 3. So in this case, if her took a nap, he willingly lose to make Turtle win. It doesn't benefit Turtle at all. He keeps showing irrelevant nonsense. Now what about this? What kind of pup dumps out kerosene and lights it on fire as a prank? Thanks to that, some valuable evidence for this case has gone up in smoke. Cholang, your father relentlessly investigated the SS5 incident. During his investigation, did he find any information on the child who started the fire? So you noticed it too, huh? Truth is, I thought about the same thing myself, but father never revealed his own thoughts to anyone? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. The truth is like a needle hidden in a haystack. Since his feelings on the matter are more complicated than he lets on. Mr. Lang, have you forgotten something important? A wolf's nose should be able to sniff out the truth from a haystack. You're right. Don't think the little crow girl would be the one to tell me that. She's my assistant, for good reason. And Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, for good reason, you know? Nothing new appeared. The SS5 incident that occurred 12 years ago, I guess I should tell you everything. My old man failed to protect the country's #1 VIP. Because of that, he put everything on the line, his hunt for the culprit of the incident. So that VIP is public, and presidents and the government just their servants? But looks like not in this case. During that time, my old man, he was like a lifeless ghost. He had just caught his prey. He might have been able to forgive himself. But that's sure wrong. He managed to get away scot-free. My old man couldn't repay his debt to the presidents, nor could he unravel the case. And so began the nightmare that our wolf pack still haven't woken up from to this day. Satisfied? His clan's honor was damaged. Young Lang's heart responded just as badly. Look, I can sympathize with your father's regrets. However, all we can do is perform a thorough investigation of this case. Hope your words will serve as some kind of clue. That's all you have to say? Sheesh, all that talking was a real waste of time. Next one is completely the same. Okay, looks like a waste of time. I can't even deduce anything here. Now what about you? Nope. I don't think so. But you already examined them. Let's examine it one more time. Nothing. 11 and 7, that's all. That's it. Yes. You want me to connect it with brick? But how so? Let's connect. It's not connected. Yes. And how it's supposed to help? Flower beds. According to the data, this facility had 3 gardens. And each of these gardens contained 3 flower beds. Added. The way these flower beds are lined up. Have you seen this arrangement somewhere before? Finally. It was during the winter, there were no flowers in bloom. What a shame. On the yellow flower. Why there a single flower here? It's lion lily. It's very rare type of lily. You say lion lily? The flower Miss Courtney gave to the president. What's it doing here? Could be just coincidence. Recall the lion lily originates from Asia. In language of flowers, it means the bond between parent and child of Asia. Meaning, no knew you were so familiar with flowers. Much is common sense. Simply lacking in your studies. Common sense? Some bullshit's common sense? I refuse to have this knowledge. Perhaps this is the true nature of the monster's footprints. True nature? Compare the positions of the 3 footprints and the 3 flower beds on the left. Somebody paying attention to the meanings of the flowers. It's their own problem. The exposed areas of dirt match the areas where the flower beds were. So blaze like holes in front of the where each of the 3 flower beds used to be. Exactly. Now, why would he do such a thing? I believe we have a piece of evidence that tells us why. Why did Blaze dig holes in the ground near the flower beds? To dig up... Where is this? Blaze. This one.
Take that!
The report from Patricia Rollins to Blaze the Best. It said that something was laid to rest in front of the flower beds. So Blaze was following Miss Rollins' instructions to dig it up? But why would he dig up 3 holes? Bird didn't state which of the 3 flower beds the item was in front of. There were actually 9 of them. So Blaze didn't know exactly where to dig. That's why he had to dig up all 3 spots. Most likely, yes, I'm sure Blaze himself was none too happy about that. Went through all that trouble, wonder what he was trying to dig up. Learn pretty much all what we can about the situation at the time of the murder. In that case, is there another scene you'd like to recreate? Yes, would you do the honors? I'd like you to recreate the scene when the victim witnessed the president's kidnapping. Right, I'll recreate the scene based on Mr. Cameron's photo. Mr. Cameron is standing in the middle of the flower beds. And the president and his kidnapper are standing on the road. I have actually questioned what the victim was actually doing here in the middle of flower beds. My old man based his initial investigation on this man's eyewitness testimony, but he was not hiding. As a result, it led him to believe that the kidnapping and this facility were related. And that's how he came to suspect the head of the orphanage, Patricia Roland. Yeah, but in court, Blaze the Best treated this testimony as if it meant nothing. Why would he do that? The president and his kidnapper were not standing inside the orphanage grounds, so a connection between the orphanage and the kidnapping was difficult to prove. You see, it's not like they were seen inside the orphanage at all. No matter how much evidence the detectives gather at the crime scene, it doesn't mean squat if the prosecutor won't use it in court. Blaze the Best had some kind of connection with Patricia Roland. I figure they had some kind of deal going on. In other words, you think that Blaze was one of the kidnappers? However, your father was convinced that Patricia Roland was the culprit. Father was a highly capable investigator, I presume. Might have had some other basis for his conclusion besides the eyewitness testimony. Yeah, I figure he did, but I have no idea what it was. The old man never really talked much about this case. Agent Link's father, Dylan Clank, Agent Hunt's most trusted confidant. The truth he discovered was suppressed by Blaze the Best. First, we must find that hidden truth. But not today. I'll continue tomorrow. Maybe on Friday I'll finish it. But not right now. And also maybe even tomorrow. It's middle part 1? No, definitely not tomorrow. Ugh. Let me rate somebody. Who is still online? Let's see. I can raid Sonic actually, because he's constantly raiding me. If I will be fast enough, of course. Sometimes you're raiding somebody, but this person already finished playing. Happened to me several times actually. He's playing a Sega Master System or Sega Mega Drive? No, it looks like a Mega Drive. Generations Lost? Never heard about this. Whatever. Even for 8-bit and 16-bit generations, I usually was playing only RPGs. Visual novels, quests, but no platformers. Simply never liked them. Alright, thank you for stopping by. Good night. Mulan, Cloak, everyone else, Range Cat. See you tomorrow, I hope. I think I must be free tomorrow because I finished the most complicated task yesterday and day before. Bye, good night.